What you're about to watch has been done without research or any media training whatsoever. People might also use naughty words or have a potty mouth. If naughty words or potty mouths offend you, please stop watching now. TBH, you're probably best not watching this. Like at all. Nobody else is. Really. I'm talking to myself now, aren't I?
Boom! What's the crack? What about you? Big Scott here on your Wednesday night All Leeds Social Club in my absolutely freezing shed with the jumper on over the t-shirt, and I'm even missing the Old Firm derby tonight, which I'm already hearing bad reports for those at the Rangers side of things. But listen, let's get the usual guys in straight away here. Luke from Orla Knows Better. What's the crack, mate?
Evening, Sky. How you doing, buddy?
Not too bad, not too bad. And Ed from All Things Leeds. Wait, is there? Is he? Are you there?
Yes. Can you hear me?
We can hear you, but you've got a full black screen going on, mate.
All right, let me leave and come back.
All right, okay. There's always something, isn't there? There's always something. Amateurs. Oh, no, amateurs. That's what it is. Well, tonight's show is, well, we're just fresh off a very exciting transfer market. Can we say it was exciting? One door closes.
I think you are. In a word, it was exciting, especially when the. I know he's not here tonight. Actually, when Lou's guys got everybody overexcited at 10 to 10 at night or whatever it was, and saying there was a what was it? The Bentley just pulled apart.
Oh, there was a Bentley. Yeah. Oh God! Do you know what? I know we've said it in the wee group, and all. Like I felt bad for the guy that put that up. Like I think it was done in humour. It was done in good humour or whatever. But I think that the abuse and all he got's unwarranted. Absolutely unwarranted.
All abuse is you can't really explain it. We spoke about it briefly. If anybody watched the interview with Eric Leahy last night on No Better, we came onto that as a talking point about online abuse and how potentially it's grown. But yeah, look, nobody deserves abuse for it. Look, he'd probably been told something by one of his mates, believed it, put it online.
Yeah.
Used LS11 to echo that and make his voice a little bit louder. Had it come off, it'd have been like the best thing since sliced bread. If we'd have actually signed somebody, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But to abuse somebody for that, come on, man.
No, it's no need. It's no need. It's different if you're putting out like transfer links every 5 minutes. You know, posting every single day a new transfer link. Oh, such and such is in talks, and they're not. You know,
like that other guy, other guy. Well, I forget his name.
Right? No, I will not say. We'll not name anyone. We'll not name anyone. But you don't want to go down that route. But no, like I get what you're saying. Like people are getting annoyed about that. But let's be honest, we're being led down the garden path by about 20 or 30 different people every single day, posting links that have literally no substance at all. And people aren't angry at that and instead saying that they're credible. Look, it is what it is. Things happen online, but don't be going about abusing people. So I think all our thoughts are with the fella at the minute, aren't they? He's
absolutely.
Yeah. He'll pick himself up. But look, let's get into it here. We are doing a wee transfer window review. So let your comments speak for you. Get your voice heard. We're already seeing comments coming in straight away. Obviously, hi to everyone that is our regulars. Alison and Marty, Gail as well. There's loads that are coming in, right? But look, here's the big talking point, and it's brought a load of division. Phil Hay posted up saying about Bielsa turned down Harry Winks and Donny van de Beek because he didn't feel they would fit into our system. Ed, I'm going to go to you first because I've had a good chat with Luke already at the start here now. But Ed, you start us off here. What's your take on this? You know, do you feel that was a smart decision?
Well, you know, we needed bodies, and I think that if the options were there to bring in players, you know, but it was stupid not to take them. But you know, I said a few weeks ago on here, you know, Donny van de Beek would be a good shout to, you know, fair player to sign, but if there were only loan options, I can see why they've turned it down. Why would we want to bring someone in a loan? Especially a scum player, and help them progress, and then they go back to them lot start next season, and Bielsa turn them into a great player. I wouldn't want that. And yeah, we've already seen Ben White, loan player. We really wanted him to stay, and he didn't, and we were all upset about it. So I don't want to go down the path of loan moves again. I'd rather just sign someone permanently. And if 𝐼𝐈𝐓𝐇 and Donny van der Beek were available to sign on a permanent, then it's fine.
Yeah. Look, what do you think of that as well? Then on the whole, Van de Beek, I think that's someone a lot of us have said he would be great for us. But Ed's made the perfect point there. Why would we bring him in, give him that Bielsa training, and then send him back to scum 10 times better than what he was before?
Absolutely, totally with Ed on this one. To be fair, and some of my online comments have pretty much mirrored exactly what Ed just said there. Another thing that I've just thought about while since we've been started is, if they've never been targets of ours, we've done very minimal scouting on these players. So although they're household names in the Premier League or in the Eredivisie or whatever, although they're household names, and I think even somebody corrected me the other day, Donny van der Beek was joint 28th in the Ballon d'Or in his last season at Ajax. So look, the class is there, and they probably would have added something to the team. However, are they going to add enough instantly to have enough impact that we're going to benefit from that? The only people that might benefit are Donny van der Beek and Manchester United, or Harry Winks and Spurs, in driving the value up of those players for representing us. And I totally with it. I don't see, if there's no option, at the very least, to buy a player, why we would be interested in giving game time to other players when we've got people like Lewis Bate who've shown that they're competent enough playing against a West Ham team away from home. If we were to bring another central midfielder in, that is going to push him further down the queue when he's shown he's competent enough.
Yeah.
Albeit, and I totally get the point about bodies. I do. I fully understand that, and I can see why it's frustrating and whatnot. But also, Bielsa's a firm believer in youth, and he would much rather give game time to a Lewis Bate rather than a lad who's failed under 2 managers at scum, not giving game time there. So yeah, absolutely with Ed with that.
2 other big moves. Well, one that happened and then one that didn't happen was obviously Lingard was nearly away to Newcastle, which obviously fell through, as well as the 𝐾𝐿, who I think if Newcastle had got him as well, that's game changing for Newcastle, really, with those 2 players. I think at the minute they've probably done enough to buy their way out of relegation. Would you agree?
I don't know. What do you think, Ed? I'll let you go. I've just spoken in quite some detail.
Nah, they haven't bought the way out of relegation. They haven't signed players good enough to, win them every single game from now until the end of the season. No way.
Do you think it's enough though that they'll stay up now though? In fairness, I think they had enough before the spent to just avoid it, if I'm honest. But I think with these extra players, particularly with 𝐷𝐿, or however it's pronounced, because I was actually saying 𝐿𝐹. I'm not very good at names that are like straightforward. John Smith. But yeah, I think him in particular, I think that is a fantastic signing for Newcastle at this stage in their development, I suppose.
Yeah, they're certainly good signings, but they're not going to change their course of the season.
I don't even think they're good signings. I think they've overspent on solid Premier League players that they're going to get sort of 6.5, 7s out of 10s out of every week. I can't stand Chris Wood. I think he was an absolute rip-off at 25 million quid. And then you look at Matt Targett. What did they play for him? 20.2 million or something like that. Mm-hmm. And then who was the other guy they signed?
Guimaraes.
He's a good player. He will be good. But there was the 3 of them that they signed. Who else did they sign that was
Trippier?
Average? Trippier.
Trippier.
They signed Trippier. There was somebody else.
Oh, Dan Burns.
Dan Burns, yeah. So
Yep.
so those, you look at those three players, and you know, they played at Brighton, at Villa when they were pretty shit as well with Target, and Chris Wood from Burnley. So they've not come from, you know, a top 6, top 8 side. They've come from sides that are a lower bottom half of the table most seasons, or have been in the Premier League, and not actually been that regular players in those sides, apart from Chris Wood. So I still don't believe that they are great signings. I think the Guimaraes and Trippier probably really good signings for him. But will they have done enough to make an immediate impact and keep them safe? I don't know.
Yeah, right. The other one, the main one I wanted to talk about, because this is someone that my brother has been banging on about for months. He wanted away from Spurs. My brother is so keen on him. Lee Robinson here has also mentioned him as well. Dele Alli. Now, I know there's that video floating about at the minute where he's got his head shoved so far up Frank Lampard's backside, you don't know where he begins and Lampard ends. Do you think he was available on loan? We've needed, as we've said, we've needed bodies. Is this someone that really we should have been looking at? You know, do you think? I think overall, what I'm trying to get at here is, do you think we've essentially missed the boat with some players here? No.
Okay. Would you want to sign Dele Alli with this agreement that they've got in place? That could potentially mean they pay up to £40 million for him.
God, no. I know my view on it. I'm trying to gauge all yours as well here. Let me know in the comments as well what you think here.
There was a time he was class. Like, don't get me wrong, but the couple of seasons he had at Spurs, he was world class. He was, you know, he was arguably one of the best centre attacking midfielders in the world. Or 8s even when he played there. So yeah, look, he's clearly got class, but I think he's well over it, well past it. He's not been getting game time enough. I don't think it'd be a great fit for. I don't think it'd be a great fit for Everton. I also don't think it'd be a great fit for us either.
No worries, Ed. You the same on that, or have you got a different?
Completely agree with Luke. Nothing really to add on that. We haven't missed a boat with anyone. I don't think.
Yeah.
You know,
the only one I'm worried about is Aaronson. Aaronson was our only target. I know early on in the window we had inquired about Barkley, and before December we had looked at Nketiah. Nketiah is going nowhere now, obviously. With Aubameyang sneaking away, but I'm a bit worried. Come the summer, we're either going to be paying an exceptional amount more for Aaronson if we go back for him. Do you think we go back for him again, Ed?
Yeah, I think so. I think, you know, once Bielsa's highlighted a player who he is interested in, as long as he's at the club, we're going to go back for him. You look at Dan James, we failed to get that done in 2019. It came available last summer, and we went to go get him. Yeah. So, you know, it's once Bielsa's highlighted a player, we will try and get them whenever we can. And yeah, if he's available in the summer and Bielsa's still here, then we'll no doubt go in for him.
Yeah. Look, do you think it's see what the uncertainty of whether Bielsa will be here for another year? Because obviously, and again, before anyone jumps on my back saying here, "Oh, Bielsa's gone, I want Bielsa out," I don't. We all know Bielsa goes on a year-by-year basis. Do you think that affects players' decisions to come to Leeds whenever we do go back in for the likes of Aaronson?
Yeah, I saw a comment on this, you know, and I tried asking Eric Lehigh last night about this, and because he rates him, obviously he's an ex-American international, is Eric. So he knows a little bit more about Aaronson than potentially most of us Leeds fans did before the start of the transfer window. So, but I seen Joe comment on something about this the other day, and I couldn't really work out which side of the fence I was on, because on one hand you'd think, if Bielsa's leaving, then players might not want to sign, or we might not go after certain players. However, if he's staying, why would we have already committed to saying we're going to be going back into the summer in for one of Bielsa targets in the summer? So if it's even a Bielsa target, you know, it might be an auto target, it might be, but we know he gets almost obsessed, don't we, with these players, Bielsa, when he's got his sort of eye on somebody,
it's like a dog with a bone, isn't he?
Yeah,
it's just like absolutely. A dog with a bone. Like the fact that he wanted, we hung on and clung to the Dan James dream for so long. No, I wouldn't be surprised if we go after Ben White in another year again.
Yeah, possibly. But I think the only difficulty we've got now is if there's not been some form of agreement that we haven't been told about, or something along those lines, then the bigger he goes and has a great second half of the season and plays really well against Bayern Munich, in the Champions League.
Yeah.
There's going to be a lot of competition to bat off then.
Yeah.
So yeah, look, it's a risk. We didn't get him. I think we just need to move on. Really, we've clearly got the quality in depth within the squad to, with a decimated squad. Decimated, is that a word? Decimated squad. Decimated.
Defecated? No.
Defecate. I'm just making words up, Scott. What's Wednesday night, man?
I know it's the middle of the week, yeah. But I'm sitting going, is that not about pooing yourself? But that's defecate. That's a different word altogether.
So yeah, look, we've got the strength in depth. We've got a lot of players to come back. So yeah, we're in a good position, I think, to push on, and the prerogative is to stay up.
Yeah. Now, obviously, that takes me on to the next thing here. Now, we have asked on Twitter earlier on. We put a poll up asking how you feel that the rest of the season's going to go. Obviously, after that transfer window. Now, there's two more players I want to talk about in regards to the transfer window. We'll talk about them after this. We put a poll out and we asked how you thought the remainder of the season was going to go. And emphatically, 84% of people that voted to say that we will be safe and avoid relegation. 10% that voted said that we will get relegated. And 6% have got the optimism of the wonderful Joe Weinman and saying that the European push is on. Yes, and you know what? See those 6%? I guarantee you now, they're down at the bookies saying Leeds are going to get European Conference. So thank you everyone for getting involved and voting on that poll. I think I'll try and make that a wee regular feature. It was nice to get you involved. And that again, get the comments coming in. Let me know how you feel the rest of the season's going to go. Boys, how do you think it's going to go? Like, Ed, I'll come to you first again. I always keep coming to you first, Ed. Do you feel that? Look who's hosting it. I'm the biggest shit talker there is. I don't know what I'm doing half the time. But Ed, do you think that we've got enough in the tank to get us over the line? Do you think that? Do you know what? As long as we finish 17th, do you think we've got enough there?
Yeah, absolutely. It's obviously not great having all the injuries that we have. It's not fun. Having pretty much our entire first team out with injuries during the course of a season, but we have enough players there to stay up 100%.
Yeah.
There's a couple of factors in this. People are looking at it thinking that the bottom four clubs are just going to start winning every single game left of the season. They're not. They're crap. We're so much better than them. They are not going to go above us anytime soon. I think the four teams down there, Newcastle, Norwich, Watford and Burnley, they're the four teams who are in a relegation scrap. I don't think Everton will be pulled into it. I don't think Brentford will either. I think it's those four teams. No teams are going to be finishing below any of those.
Look, how do you feel about it? Are you confident going into the remaining half of the season?
Look, I think you might as well just brought me Ed on tonight because we both got the same opinion on that. We're just echoing each other. But yeah, look, I think we've displayed that quality. We were really, really annoying against Newcastle. I think because we put such a good performance in away at West Ham, the expectation was that we were going to go and walk over Newcastle, and I think that sort of reflected on the performance as well. However, do I think we've got enough strength in depth? Absolutely. You just look at how depleted that squad was away at West Ham. We had Firpo and Forshaw go off after 25 minutes, and we still got a result. And we really dragged the result out there. If we could do that there, looking at the remaining games we've got a lot of the bottom half still to play. We've still got a lot of the top half to play as well, to be fair. But we've got a fair share of. Are we bang on 19 games in?
No,
we're not because we've played
21.
Burnley twice. Yeah. So we've got fair share. We've almost got to play everybody again. Teams aren't going to like coming to Ellen Road. Simply put. And I think we've got the odd surprise in us as well. It wouldn't surprise me if we beat Scum on the 20th.
Oh, wouldn't that be brilliant? I would love it. Honestly. We're not going to talk about the actual events of what's going on at the minute in regards to that club, but wouldn't it just make it so much better to beat them even more now, wouldn't it? I would just love it. But I sounded like Kevin Keegan there. I would just love to beat them. So you've just mentioned, and I love that you're tying me in here to this next part here. West Ham, our game against them was exceptional. In particular, performance from Raphinha, Calvin Phillips, who was not playing. Both those players have apparently had bids from West Ham. Now, that was all being talked about all day long. Sky Sports hung on to that as if it was fact and it was going to happen. And it turned out that West Ham basically just inquired, would that be enough for us to let go? Do you think West Ham's board or whoever was responsible that kind of made a dick out of themselves on Monday? Like, it ended up, even, whenever Talk Sports making fun of you, you've done something wrong. And the last couple of days, Talk Sport and other sports outlets have basically just ripped the absolute bag out of West Ham. Did you see those alleged bids from West Ham? Look, do you think that was a bit of an insult, or was it just someone was drunk and was dared to do it?
To be honest with you, I'd be surprised if there was even any bids. Simon Jordan said on TalkSport that there's that much of it going on now that agents are just trying to drum up like all sorts of stupid and rubbish, and to put people to disengage clubs, to make people feel nervous. There's so much goes on behind closed doors now. I don't actually think that a bid would. I mean, how stupid would you have to be to put a bid in for either of those for 50 million? Did you see?
No.
Did you see the comment of from Calvin on Raphinha's? I think it might have been his Instagram or something.
No.
You seen that? So he scored for Brazil last night.
Yes.
Oh,
yeah.
KP had commented on it, and they asked, and they said 50 million or something, and put a laughing emoji underneath it. That's right, isn't it? That did happen, didn't it? I didn't dream it. Yeah.
Did you see when Calvin does things like that? It's like the video whenever I met him and he told me to send my son to go and live somewhere else because he wanted to support Scum. Do you know, Calvin is Leeds through and through. And see, the more the likes of Scum and stuff think they're going to get him, it's like, wise up. You just feel like saying, wise up. Stop banging on about it. But 50 million, what I was curious about was why would they've even considered 50 million, considering that with told Liverpool last summer no, and they offered 50 million. They put a solid offer of 50 million in and we said no. So I don't know where these clubs get off. But look, we didn't sign anyone other than Matteo Joseph. We've all forgot about poor wee Matteo Joseph down there, under-23 striker. The same under-23 striker that Liverpool and City and a whole long list, Barcelona, I think Real Madrid, they were all after him and they've described him as an absolute killer striker. He'll probably get a chance for us in 2 or 3 years' time, depending on how the pecking order and the evolution of injuries go. But on the subject of evolution of injuries, we have some returning heroes. Photos have emerged today from Leeds United on Twitter and Instagram and their socials. Calvin Phillips, Liam Cooper, and Cresswell are all back training. How encouraging did you find that today, Ed? See, whenever you seen that they were back, did you not think, oh my God, all that panic over the transfer window and we forgot? We've a load of players out and now they're coming back. And earlier, how did you feel whenever that came out earlier?
It's obviously nice to see your best players come back. Your club captain, Calvin Phillips. Yeah, it's great to see players coming back a lot earlier than we thought there would be. Not going to lie,
nearly 2 months.
Yeah. I mean, they weren't going to be back until March, were they? So, but I must admit, I looked at Calvin Phillips' tweet. It said, "Are you happy to see us back on the grass?" And I saw back on grass, and then remembered Forshaw. And for like the entire year, Bielsa were just saying, "Yeah, Forshaw's back on grass." And then it returned. like another year and a half. So, you know, I saw that and was like, a bit worried.
Well, they've got about a week to go to be ready for Villa. Do you think any of them are going to feature?
Hopefully, you know, you'd hope so, but maybe on the bench. Maybe on the bench. It's an 9-man bench, isn't it? So, you know.
Well, I think the big concern is obviously if Cooper's going to be fit again, it is historically Bielsa would just put him straight back in. But the way Struijk has been playing at the minute, does Struijk come out or does he play Struijk and Cooper together? What would you do, Luke, if you had those options? Because you read that he wasn't great in the last game and he's been hit or miss. Koch needs that confidence as well. You know, Cooper's going to come walking back in. No matter what we all think, he's going to come walking back in.
See,
who do you play him with?
I think we're going to be back to a bit of a luxury with centre backs, aren't we? In a position whereby they probably won't come back in, and he'll probably go down the old road of 23s football for a couple of games because we've got three fit centre backs at the moment. In Struijk, Koch, and Llorente. So we've got three fit centre backs. Is there any benefit in rushing Cooper and Cresswell back? Absolutely not. They might as well play a bit of 23s and get to the standard Bielsa's happy with, as he used to do before he went through this fitness injury crisis. We know he wouldn't play players in the first team unless they were at peak fitness. Unfortunately, he's had to throw that screw that up and throw that straight out the window because of such a crisis we are in. So yeah, I think if we go through unscathed the next couple of games, touch wood for God's sake, and
not Chris Wood. Don't touch Chris Wood unless you're going to break his legs or something. I don't know.
So yeah, I just think we might be in a position with centre backs wise that we've got three and we can rotate and not rush people back, which would be a nice position to be in, even if it is just for one position on the field for now.
Yeah. Ed, chances are you're going to agree with Luke, so I'm going to ask you something different. I'm going to have to because we all just tend to agree all the time. So, like, right, Ed, I'm hitting you with something different here. Obviously, we've seen today then the three centre backs are back. Still no sign of Patrick Bamford. What in your head does that leave you thinking for the striker situation? You know, what would you do and what do you foresee happening?
Well, Bamford, yeah, I don't know what's going on with him. It seems like he's got just a little niggle that he just can't get over, and each time he tries to get over it,
something new happens.
Some more damage to it. So, by the way, Celtic are now winning 3-0, unfortunately.
Get away!
Yeah, they've scored twice in the past 2 minutes. So, yeah.
Hatate
scored the second, then Abad
he scored the third. Lipstick Rangers, get a grip of yourself. Yeah, anyway, back to Leeds.
Yeah, no, it's unfortunate what's happening with Patrick Bamford, but you know, we've missed Bamford. 100% we've missed Bamford, but I look at the positives. You know, Gelhart's probably going to get more of a chance. You know, Mateo Joseph, he may, you know, be on the bench in some games. So, you know, it gives other players another chance to play. So, you know, look at the positives. It's obviously great not having Bamford, but we've been okay without Bamford. You know, win against West Ham, win against Burnley. So, you know, look at the positives. Dan James, he's doing okay up front. Obviously not scoring, but he's playing well. And then Gelhart's going to get more of a chance. So, yeah, no, it is what it is with Bamford. Hopefully he comes back soon. But yeah, Gelhart hopefully gets more game time.
Look, as Ed touched, I was about to say Lou there, as Ed touched on it there, James has been up front, but James isn't a striker. James is a winger. He's brought into play as a winger. We've got Rodrigo there, who was Spain's number 9, and Gelhardt, who has proven that he's more than capable of playing as a striker. Do you think there's anything to it why Bielsa's refusing to play Rodrigo up front or even starting Gelhardt ahead of a winger?
No, I think he starts him over Rodrigo. Obviously, fitness issues for Rodrigo, both Rodrigo and 𝐾𝐿 recently. 𝐾𝐿's relatively new, so I think he's protecting him in some ways with regards to first 2 minutes in game time. However, I think that the be all and end all of the reason he plays Dan James as a striker rather than starting any of those guys is his work rate and his pressing. Everyone knows that we use a Bielsa press, and that starts from our centre forward. Nobody does it as well as Patrick Bamford, but I think the next best person probably is Dan James.
Yeah,
so it sets that platform for that press, doesn't it? Do you know?
Yeah, I have to agree on that aspect of it. It's just frustrating knowing that Rodrigo really should be up there scoring goals, and he's not. Could you hear that?
You're right there, Scott.
What was it?
Can you? Helicopters are out. That usually means there's a rat or something going on. Somebody's probably stole a bus and they're burning it out down the estate. I don't know. But yeah, look, I love James. Love his work rate. It's just, I think, is it like a false nine type thing that Bielsa's trying to achieve there with that positioning? Ed, do you think? Have Dan James doing all that work, create that space so that Rodrigo should then be going up and knocking them in, and it's just not working. What way do you think Bielsa's trying to get it to work? Ed?
What was the question again? Sorry. But... in your head, Ed, what way do you think Bielsa is actually trying to get this to work between James and Rodrigo? Because for me, I keep thinking, well, surely James should be a calm and Rodrigo up front. But again, Luke makes a valid point about Rodrigo's presence is not as good. He doesn't have that work rate. Me personally, he doesn't even look like he gives you shit half the time. But that's a different point to make. Rodrigo's a better number 10 than Dan James, in my opinion. Dan James up front, he scares the life out of defenders with his pressing, so I think that's why Bielsa sticks with him up front. No doubt Rodrigo's probably a better finisher than Dan James. He probably would score more goals.
Let's be honest.
But Rodrigo's better at number 10, I think. He's better in that role than James. I mean, you could always try Rafinha in number 10. He's played well for Brazil past few days, and he's been cutting inside and scoring goals from the inside. So
yeah,
I don't know. It's weird. You can.
I think you'd lose. I think you'd risk losing a lot from Rafinha if you put him in 10.
I put him up there. Yeah,
yeah.
He just controls that right side. But as you said, there's options there. There really is.
We can experiment.
We can on Football Manager. Bielsa's going to do the same thing he always does. It's just not saying I'm anti-Bielsa before anyone jumps on my back, because I'm not. I've got a bloody tattoo of the man on my calf, so I don't know why people think I'm anti-Bielsa. But look, we're going to move on, because obviously these the guys coming back from injury, they're going to be like new signings, and hopefully they will be ready in time for this. Jared's Villains up next, and then Lampturd's Toffees. Sticky toffee, if Lamptard has anything to do with it. Firstly, let's touch on the appointment. Firstly, obviously it's not Leeds, but we've got a vile history with Lampard. We hate him. He's a disrespectful wee chode towards us. So. How does this then turn into we're going to suddenly absolutely despise and hate Everton all of a sudden once we play them? Do you think Everton have chosen wisely, or do you think they're absolutely blown it out of proportion of his managerial accomplishments?
Me?
We'll go with you. Look, we haven't heard from you in about a minute.
Why not? Look, yeah, exactly that. I didn't mind Everton as a football club. I've got quite a few friends who are Everton fans. The moment I found out Lampard was taking over, I want to do nothing but absolutely sink him down into oblivion. And yeah, pretty much just can't wait to sing Stop Crying Frank Lampard when we beat him in a week or two. So, but look, it's set up for a real. It almost creates a rivalry wherever he goes, doesn't it now? Because of what's happened in the past. Because of. I mean, he could go to Kidminster Harriers and would hate to play him in the cup. You know what I mean? It's almost it's got that sort of feel to it. Like Leeds fans just hate Frank Lampard now.
Yeah.
I mean, shitting in the changing room didn't help things, I don't think. But
No.
we'll move on from that. But yeah, look, it's created. I don't know. I just want to say that I had a lot of respect for Everton and their fans, and I still probably will. But they're now Frank Lampard's Everton. Do you know what I mean? They're not just Everton. They're
Frank Lampard's Everton.
Yeah, they're the media's sweethearts. Have they made a good appointment? Well, if you think somebody who spent money and went from 6th to 6th and 3rd to 4th in their managerial career is successful, then albeit but it's more full them, I think.
Well, see, what is? I just keep seeing all these managerial highlights, and he's accomplished so much as a manager. He's managed 2 teams, and his highlight was losing in the semi-finals of the playoffs. Or sorry, he lost at the championship playoff. His highlight was beating Leeds once as Derby manager.
All
that
season,
was literally his highlight.
Yeah.
All season
2
long.
seasons.
Yeah, that's it. We played them 6 times, and they beat us once under Lampard.
He had the worst. I think I read he's got the worst points per game total as a Chelsea
manager. Chelsea manager. Yep. He's got the lowest out of the last 20 years or something.
Since Abramovich took over.
Yeah. I just don't get it.
I don't get it. No, I'm the same.
What I'm concerned about mostly is where the Leeds shop is in Belfast. It's actually joined on to an Everton shop. So that's going to be a wee bit volatile on match days.
Yeah.
Ed, let's look at Stevie G's Aston Villa. Listen, I'm heartbroken that Steven Gerrard went there. I'm not going to lie. Obviously, as a part-time Rangers man, Stevie G leaving Rangers broke my heart a wee tiny smidge because he done well for them. He's proved. Now, people talk about Lampard's managerial achievements. Stevie G has got good managerial achievements. He's a proven track record, and he's already started to turn Villa around. Now with bringing in Philippe Coutinho and things as well, like how do you foresee the Villa game going next Wednesday? Exactly a week right now. Are you looking forward to this, or are you dreading it?
I mean, yeah, I'm looking forward to it because we always seem to have really good games against Aston Villa. You know, very entertaining games, especially over there. And you know, last season we beat them 3-0 at Villa Park. It's not going to happen again this season. I do fear for next Wednesday. I do think we probably will get it handed to us. You know, I was like you, heartbroken when Steven Gerrard left Rangers. Done such a great job up there, winning the Scottish Premiership, of course.
55.
Yeah.
Number 55.
He's a very, very good football coach, Steven Gerrard, and he's already started to get results at Aston Villa.
Just for all the Celtic fans watching, 55. No 10 in a row. Just saying.
I mean, Celtic are top of the league now, though. So.
Well, they are now. For now.
But yeah, no, Steven Gerrard's a fantastic coach, and he's already getting results at Aston Villa, and you can see how much he's going to influence their transfer business now with bringing in Philippe Coutinho. Fantastic signing for Aston Villa. I don't think anyone saw that coming, but obviously Gerrard played with Coutinho at Liverpool. Obviously, you know, quite close friends. So obviously Steven Gerrard helped bring him in. They've signed Lucas Digne from Everton. I rate him as a left back. He's not this really good left back like a lot of people make out, but he's definitely an upgrade from Matt Targett. So yeah, they have a very good team to Aston Villa, and yeah, I do fear that game next Wednesday. I do think they probably will lose.
Oh, well, I'm not going to go that far now. You pessimistic wee prick. So obviously Aston Villa next. We'll do a quick prediction for this one because obviously we'll not be here for an episode next week. Luke, what's your prediction for Leeds Villa next week?
Christ, I think we'll be lucky. I think that it's a tough place to go anyway as a Leeds side. You know, proper old school football fans. I think it'll be a tough day out. I think but I'll never back a Leeds loss. So I'm going to go for a score draw, 2-2.
Nice. Yeah, Captain. Yeah, go ahead there. Your Captain Pessimism.
Yeah, well, I mean, to not be so negative, I'll go with what Luke said. 2-2.
Look at you. Is it sore sitting on that fence, Ed? It's launched right up your arse cheeks, isn't it? I think if we are on our day and everybody does their job and we have a game like we did against West Ham, I think we can walk away winning 2-0, 2-1. But do you know what? We'll not give a clean sheet. No, I'm gonna go. We'll win it 2-1. That's what I'm going to stick with. You have to. I always think, do you know what? If everyone does their job, if we have a good game and play really, really well, yeah, we can win. Of course we can. So that's what I'm going with. The big if. And I'm going to jot down. Both of you have said 2 each. And I'm going 2-1. Right. We are nearing the end of the show. So thank you everyone for commenting and stuff. So you know what that means, don't you? Well, we'll touch on Lampard's, because we'll not do one for the Everton game either, actually. So yeah, Everton, they've actually made 1 or 2 wee signings there. Obviously with Van de Beek, Dele Alli coming in. Look at Digne, who I really, really like. I think he's probably one of the oh no, it wasn't Digne. They sold Digne to Aston Villa. Who did they get from Villa? 𝐾𝐿. They got 𝐾𝐿.
Did they?
Yeah.
Yeah. Digne was sold to Aston Villa.
And the next day, Villa sold
𝐾𝐿 for what, 15 million?
Yeah. They were essentially sold. I think Digne was about the same, wasn't he?
25.
I don't know why that. Oh, was it 20? Why did they not just do a straight swap and go, look, here's an extra 10?
It was so weird. Rafa Benitez has completely ruined Everton. He's got him in a relegation battle almost. He sold their best for 25 million and then bought 𝐾𝐿 for just £10 million less.
Yeah.
And he's garbage.
And then he gets sacked. Right?
Yeah, it's brilliant.
I think that's going to be a tougher game than the earlier one at Elland Road this season, which, if I remember, that was a draw, wasn't it?
Yeah, 2-2.
Yes. I'm sorry, my memories going up. It's late night on the tablets now, you know. I think we should have won that one at Elland Road. Look, how do you see this going at Goodison?
We're going to absolutely fucking smash them.
Yes.
It's going to be such an opportunity in it for those players who played against Derby and you know, and lost. Because Everton are probably, I mean, on paper they're probably above us on paper in terms of man for man, and obviously money and things that they got to spend. But the only other job he's had against us was Chelsea. Now, obviously, we know there's a real gulf in class,
massive gap.
Yeah. So this is our real opportunity to go and, you know, sink our teeth into Frank Lampard's Premier League equivalents, let's say, or as close as. I have a feeling that this will be Frank Lampard's last managerial job, or certainly in English football. I think there's a good possibility that he takes Everton down.
Oh, I would hate to see Everton go down, but if it means Frank Lampard has it on his managerial record that he got a consistent Premier League team relegated for their first time, I would love that. I would. Right. What are you going for score-wise?
I'm going for. I think we'll have a couple more bodies back, and I think we'll do them 3-1.
3-1. Okay. What about you, Eduardo?
I was just about to say 3-1 as well, but I don't want to copy Luke in everything he says. So
what's the point? Hang on. Right, there we go. Just
change my name to Ed.
Yeah, just you change your name to Ed.
No, seriously, right. You just asked Luke about score prediction. I was thinking 3-1. Yeah, probably 3-1. But I might 5-1. We'll absolutely do him. 100%. Frank Lampard's an awful manager. No, Frank Lampard's awful, and I want nothing more than to beat him. And for him to send Everton down, you know, I think it'd be hilarious to see a club like Everton get relegated. Absolutely hilarious.
Play devil's advocate here. Play devil's advocate. You beat Everton, and it sends them into a downward spiral where Frank Lampard gets them relegated. Or Everton beat us, but the next week you go and absolutely annihilate the Scum. You can only get one. What one is it? Pick one.
Beat Scum.
Beat Scum. Okay.
Every time. Look, I dislike Frank, but I fucking hate Scum. There's a real difference.
There's levels. There's levels, isn't there?
Just think of how many Scum fans you know. Do you know what I mean? There's just those bragging rights and oh god, there's not even worth thinking about. Surely.
No, I think even if Everton beat us, they're still going to get relegated. So yeah, beat Scum, 100%.
Yes. Right. Let me see now. Right. So we're all saying we'll beat Everton. I think we'll beat Everton as well, if I'm honest. Well, 10 minutes left, roughly. It's time for this.
No.
This could be the last time we see this. Because it's just getting ridiculous. However, and I say this every week, these ones are easy. So if you've never done this before, if you want to play along in the comments, I'm going to put up a couple of looks away. He's away. He's done. If you want to play along in the comments, what you got to do is I'm going to put up some emojis. Robbie's dreading this. He knew it. And all you got to do is guess who it is. Luke, are you coming back? Is Luke coming back? He isn't.
Yes. I pressed the wrong button.
Oh, did you? I just thought you threw the toys out of the phone and went, fuck this is shit.
What? Who's that emoji? What the fuck?
Who's that emoji?
Wasting your time doing that.
Right, we're going to make this really easy. Starting it off. Look, this is for you.
Clown poo.
If you can't guess it, just pass, and then we'll let Ed take it. I'm just looking at comments to see if anybody gets it.
Alioski.
Nope, wrong. Ed, do you know who it is?
Luke Varney. You've had Luke Varney past 2 weeks.
Luke Varney past 2 weeks. Nope, that is not Luke Varney. So I'll just say it out loud what it is. It's a clown, and it's a poop. Yeah. Or another term for poop is cake. So you've got a clown and a pile of cake.
𝐘𝐿.
Ding, 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 ding.
I've never heard the word cake before in my life.
Yeah.
Yeah, cake.
Even
It's a pile of cake. Well, must be a Northern Irish thing. It's a pile of cake. Right.
So basically what you're telling us, it's Northern Irish, what's that emoji?
We'll go with that one. Right, we'll go with this one.
That looks proper weird.
It is. It is. Ed, who do you think it is?
Neil Warnock.
Look, any advances on Neil Warnock?
Pigs sty. I'm gonna go for Berardi.
Incorrect. And I will tell you, his name has already been said.
Alioski.
It is. It's somebody shouting crazy stuff. Do you remember the time he went in the camera and went, Peppa Pig, Peppa Pig?
Oh, God, yeah.
Crazy face shouting the pigs. My goodness.
I nearly said Alioski again, as well.
Yeah, that's who it was. Right. Give this one a wee whirl. You've got a microphone and the scales of justice. Luke, any idea who it is?
Scales of justice. I have fucking no idea, so I'm going to go for Luke Ayling.
Ed?
Scales of justice. The first name that came to mind was Augustine.
Augustine?
Yeah.
Because of the court.
Yeah.
Right, well, I will give you a clue. The microphone hints to their job within Leeds.
Oh, Big Lee.
Big Lee.
Nope.
Hey,
Bryn
what?
Law.
Bryn Law.
Oh, the scales
You know
of
what, yeah.
justice.
The scales
Law.
of justice.
Law.
Oh
yeah.
my goodness.
These
Bryn,
are getting
if you're
worse.
watching, Bryn, if you're watching, I apologize. Right, we'll go with this one. I can guarantee you this is the last time this game's done, so I'm just whopping these all out right now. Right? Does anyone know who that is? It's someone cooking an egg. There's an omelette. There's sangria and a wizard. Who is that?
Pablo
emoji?
Hernandez.
It is indeed.
What
El
were
Mago.
the fry-up emojis about? And the wine.
Spanish omelette.
Sangria.
Paella.
Spanish omelette and sangria. Paella. Yeah. El Mago. Come on. Right. Here's one. This is an oldie. You might not get this, Ed. Lots and lots of weather. It's a former Leeds player from the 90s.
Lots and lots of David Weatherall.
Yes, indeed. Because it was all the weather.
See, that was a good one. That's probably the
Do you like
best
that
one you've done, Scott.
Yeah.
Right, well, what about this one? He played in the same era as David Weatherall.
I mean, I've never heard of David Weatherall, so
Right.
I don't know what era we're talking about here.
There's a car, a tongue, and an arrow pointing to a part of a hand.
Not Tony DeRigo.
Nope. Ed, anything?
No idea.
Anyone in the comments getting this one? It is not Ian Hart, Hermione.
No.
It is Carlton Palmer.
Carlton Palmer. Palmer.
Carlton
well
Palmer.
done.
Oh, you see
Carlton.
it.
Yeah.
Right, let me see. I've got... Right, I'll go with this one. Who have you got?
Tony Aboa.
Nope. Ed?
What era is this?
This is the 70s. There's a leg and someone licking their lips at it.
Peter Lorimer.
Norman Hunter.
Very good, Ed. Where did you get Peter Lorimer from that?
Well, he had a delicious strike on him, so I just thought he was licking his lips at his boot.
I just thought Norman bites your legs Hunter, so it was.
That was exactly it.
A leg was delicious.
So who's this one then? Same era as Norman Hunter. Who have we got? Billy the Fish. No. Anyone?
Clark.
No. It is not Sniffer Clark.
Let's go for. I'll just be guessing names randomly, so no, I don't get it. It's something to do with feet or hot and on target.
Yep.
Peter
Someone's
Hotshot.
Peter, yep, there we go. Hermione Very Love got it first there. Hot Shot Lorimer. There you go. So she got it first. She got it. You didn't. So I think we'll leave that there. I think we'll leave it there.
Don't, Scott. Come on, let's keep playing, mate.
No, right, I've got how many more of a oh my god. I
was joking.
I have literally sat one day and I've just put loads in and
How many
I'm
do you
not
have?
there's literally another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's another 10. No, we'll leave it there for tonight. I will leave them there in case we do decide to bring this back. But I think, oh no, here now I'm giving that away.
So one of them Vinnie Jones.
Oh no, well here, I didn't show you the emoji for Vinnie Jones, so you know Vinnie Jones is in there somewhere.
No, but you know that if we'd play this next week, I'll be guessing Vinnie Jones for every single one.
Yes, yeah, Vinnie Jones.
Right, well, do you know what? Let's get it out of the way now. Who's this?
Vinnie Jones.
Because it rhymes with bones. It rhymes with bones.
What's the first two emojis?
Yeah, what are the angry faces about?
Because he's angry. He fights you. He'll knock your bollocks in. It's Vinnie Jones.
You could have put a bottle of wine, a knee, and then bones. Vin.
Vin knee. Yeah, literally, that would involve way too much effort. Way too much effort. Listen, everyone, thank you so much for joining us tonight. Lads, what's going on with yous at the minute? Ed, what's happening with all things Leeds at the minute? You're still working on stuff?
Yes, still working on stuff. Going to be launching it next Monday, hopefully.
Happy days.
Yeah.
Right, make sure you check him out. Just look for All Things Leeds on YouTube and on Twitter. Look, you've had a great wee episode with 𝐷𝐷𝐿𝐈𝐓𝐇. Yeah, last night.
I believe it's pronounced.
Oh, right, okay.
𝐷𝐷𝐿𝐈𝐓𝐇, once of Leeds United on loan. USA International came on and did our main pod with us last night with stats. They're still going on a Tuesday night. We've got we'll have a couple more 𝐅𝐷𝐷𝐿 and 𝐾𝐎𝐒 after the match reviews coming up as well, after each respective game as well. So we've also got the competition still running. I think we're about 40 more subscribers off giving away two third shirts. So yeah, get on Ought to Know Better's YouTube and just subscribe. It's as simple as that. We'll pick 2 winners as soon as it hits 500.
Brilliant. Make sure you do that now. We'll be back again with the social club the Wednesday after the Everton game. Obviously, we've got Villa next week. There's going to be plenty of content coming back from All Leeds TV over the next few days as well. So make sure that you have subscribed to the channel. Like this wee episode as well. It'll be very nice. Just click like. That'll do rightly. But until then, I'll see you later.
Cheers.
Ta-ra.
See you later.